The first thing we want to do is make sure that you've taken the 2 hint tours that explain all of the controls that you see on each TeamPortal page. If you haven't yet taken these tours, here's how you can launch them. Click here to open the Personal Options panel. Select Always Play the Hint Tour, save your changes, and refresh the page. This causes the page to redisplay and the hint tour to begin. Step through each hint to learn about all of the controls. Let's close the hint tour, return to Personal Options, and turn off the Always Play option. Before we go any further, here are 2 important points. First, keep in mind that the process models you're viewing were built by process owners who used the Design Analyst cloud service. Process owners use Design Analyst to build, maintain, and improve the process models in a knowledge base. You are learning how to use the TeamPortal cloud service, which is used by process participants who are people who need to navigate a knowledge base to view and interact with the process models. The Design Analyst and TeamPortal cloud services comprise the Enhanced Solutions platform. The other important point is that in this tutorial we are using as an example a public knowledge base created to guide a team through an innovation initiative in their enterprise. However, everything you learn here works with any knowledge base. The first thing to do when learning about TeamPortal is to learn how to locate useful information about the current process model. For each process model, you can see the process ID and its description at the top of the page. The next thing to note is that you can hover your mouse for a few seconds over a smart object and see both the ID and the description. Here's a useful tip. When in doubt, right-click. For example, you can right-click anywhere on the process diagram, so let's do that. A pop-up menu appears with various choices. Here you can see that the owner of this process is Izzy Innovator, who is the Innovation Director, and you also see contact information. Click off of the message to close it and right-click again. This time, click the feedback selection, and you can send a feedback email to the process owner, who we now know is Izzy. Supply your email address. Enter your message, and send. Izzy now has an email from you, and he will be able to reply. You may have noticed some small icons next to various smart object symbols. This is the process icon, and it indicates that this smart object is an embedded process. A process model is constructed with activities or embedded processes. An activity has no additional detailed actions associated with it. However, an embedded process, as the name suggests, describes additional detailed actions. In this process, you can see that it contains numerous embedded processes. By double-clicking on any embedded process, you can drill down to see the next level of detail for that process. Some people think of drilling down as exploding the process symbol into another full process model. To understand this, let's drill down into the PG06 Resource Management Embedded Process. Double-click on it, and its detailed process model comes into view. The PG06 Resource Management Process Model you now see is at the second level of depth in this knowledge base, and the process icons tell you that you can drill down to a third level of detail. There can be an unlimited number of process levels in a knowledge base. Let's double-click PG06 Resource Management of Human Resources to drill down to a third level. Now that you know how to drill down into embedded processes, let's look at this other icon that you may have noticed earlier. First, recall that a process model contains activities and embedded processes. Note that this smart object symbol does not have a process icon. That means that this is an activity. In particular, this activity states that you must hire staff at this point in the process. The open book icon on this activity indicates that there are one or more knowledge objects attached to it. A knowledge object can be most any type of digital information. Common examples of knowledge objects are documents, spreadsheets, blueprints, schematics, lists, training videos, voice recordings, and links to external resources such as website pages. Remember, when in doubt, right-click. So do that on this activity. You can again get owner information and send feedback. But here's something new. This new selection allows you to activate the attached knowledge object, which in this case is a Sales Manager job requirements document. Click to activate this knowledge object and notice that a new browser tab opens containing this job requirements document. Keep in mind that this activity requires that you hire staff at this point in the process, so TeamPortal displays this knowledge object to help you perform this activity. Knowledge objects are how your process owners, using Design Analyst, ensure that they deliver the right knowledge to the right person at the right time. Close this browser tab and you see the process model once again. Let's return to the process you started with. You could do that by clicking repeatedly on the previous page button, but let's learn a different technique. Click the starting page button and you see a new type of page. Not surprisingly, the starting page is where you will sometimes, well, start. On this page you can select where you'd like to go in the knowledge base. In the hint tour, for the starting page, you learned all about the community bar and the top-level process roadmaps list. Fortunately, the process we want to return to appears in the top-level process roadmaps list, so click on it to return to that process. We are back. Let's use this process to learn about one final item. You have seen that if an activity or process has a knowledge object icon, you can right-click on it to view a pop-up menu where you can activate a knowledge object. As a shortcut, when you see an activity with a knowledge object icon, you can skip those several steps and just double-click the activity to immediately see the attached knowledge object. To understand this shortcut, just double-click on the Phase 2 item and the attached knowledge object opens in a new browser tab. Close that new tab. Note that if the activity has more than one knowledge object attached to it, you'll still need to right-click it to select which knowledge object you want to activate. Congratulations! You have learned how to navigate through your knowledge base to get the most out of TeamPortal. Thanks for watching.